God then said, "Let us make men under our shadow, as our representatives, and subject to them the fish of the waters and the birds of the sky, and the quadrupeds, as well as the whole of the earth, and every reptile that creeps upon it." So God created men under his own shadow, creating them in the shadow of God, and constituting them male and female. The shadow representatives, they are the antediluvians, the Atlanteans, or the Cro-Magnons, the children of Saturn, the beginning, and the end, of the Ice Age. The Cro-Magnon skull, specifically the Cro-Magnon, one skull, exhibits dimensions of 8.3 inches in length, 6 inches in width, and 7.3 inches in height. The brain capacity was estimated to be around 1,600 cc, 100 cubic inches, which is larger than the average brain capacity of modern humans. And if Cro-Magnons have large skulls, and larger than humans, then the Neanderthals are double the size, as we can see from this picture, Cro-Magnon on the left versus Neanderthal on the right. A giant. The ever-living God afterwards formed man from the dust of the ground, and breathed into his nostrils the life of animals, but man became a life-containing soul. The ever-living God then planted a garden in Eden, in the east, and there he placed the man whom he had formed. And out of the ground the ever-living God caused to grow all the trees that were beautiful and good for food, as well as the tree of lives in the center of the garden and the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Then they all swore together and bound themselves by mutual curses upon it, and they were, in all, 200 who descended in the days of Yahad on the summit of Mount Hermon, and they called it Mount Hermon, because they had sworn and bound themselves by mutual curses upon it. And these are the names of their leaders: Shem-Latsatz, their leader, Arakilba, Ramuel, Kokabuel, Tamaluel, Ramaluel, Daniel, Yeskuel, Barakuel, Asael, Amaros, Bataruel, Ananoel, Sakluel, Shmshapuel, Sitaruel, Juriuel, Yamuel, Sariuel. These are their chiefs of tens. And all the others together with them took unto themselves wives, and each chose one for himself. And they began to go in unto them and to defile themselves with them. And they taught them charms and enchantments, and the cutting of roots, and made them to know plants. And they became pregnant, and they brought forth great giants, whose height was 3,000 ells. This is where the distinction is of the two gods and two races, man, not men. 2. I will explain the allegory of the book of Genesis. 2. Man became a life-containing soul. Mankind is a soul container, but the Cro-Magnons, children of Saturn, their soul, is within their very own blood, which they create, a representative of themselves in the shadow of themselves, through conception. The child or offspring is the father, or the mother. They are their own father and mother. They reincarnated, they do not die unless killed or unfortunate accident, and a large life spans, they have no heaven. Because Saturn isn't powerful enough to create heaven. Saturn does not have the power to make souls, the celestial lodges, the rings of Saturn. Cro-Magnon, they are not sons of the sun. But they knew the Ice Age had ended, and the climate is changing. When they started to breed with humans, their soul was contained in the soul-containing human body, the humans, or it was the Neanderthals' body. Understand, there is no diversity of personalities or appearances in Cro-Magnons, as they are replicants of themselves, passing knowledge and experiences and their soul through the blood into a newborn, a new body, and retaining themselves through the blood. The replicating, shadow representative. Once a Cro-Magnon, male or female, has bred with a human being, the blood and the soul, DNA is passed on to the newborn child, of which the human body is a soul container, in which a soul already resides. Within that body, the Cro-Magnon has prior knowledge of this secret knowledge, but unfortunately, the soul which already resides within the newborn child does not. This is how they were able to corrupt mankind so quickly. If we take the King James KJV, it took less than 130 years from the birth of Adam, and the half-breeds or Nephilim were in full swing. Or, if we take the Book of Enoch, it was around 350 to 400 years. Okay, so let's take this to another level. Imagine the black magician and the most evil and sinister person who has real knowledge. Aleister Crowley. Now imagine Aleister went on a breeding rampage, and replicating 20 Aleister Crowley copies of himself, while retaining all knowledge, a man-child from birth. Just like Noah and Jesus. Now, are you beginning to understand how manipulative and how dangerous and sinful this would be on the whole of the human race? And how bad things could really get? Aleister Crowley, his ego surpasses many a powerful people, but 20, or 40, or 100, Aleister Crowleys, all competing with the human race and each other because they would. Someone has to be at the top of the food chain, and a lot of people will die in the processes. Never mind a 20 feet giant. In fact, I'd rather take my chances with the giant, please. But taking on the entire angry family of 100 replicating Aleister Crowleys and co., no thanks. Evil spirits have proceeded from their bodies because they are born from men, and from the Kodesh Watchers is their beginning and primal origin. They shall be evil spirits on earth, and evil spirits shall they be called, and the spirits of the giants afflict, oppress, destroy, attack, do battle, and work destruction on the earth, and cause trouble. They take no food, but nevertheless hunger and thirst, and cause offenses. And these spirits shall rise up against the children of men and against the women, because they have proceeded from them. And the fourth was named Penemuel. He taught the children of men the bitter and the sweet, and he taught them all the secrets of their wisdom, and he instructed mankind in writing with ink and paper, and thereby many sent from everlasting to everlasting and until this day, for men were not created for such a purpose, to give confirmation to their good belief with pen and ink, for men were created exactly like the messengers, to the intent that they should continue pure and righteous, and death, which destroys all matters, could not have taken hold of them, but through this, their knowledge, they are perishing, and through this power, it is consuming me. Consequently the ever-living said, My spirit shall not call to man forever, for he is sinful flesh, but they shall have 120 years. Adam, when he was 130 years old, produced a representative of himself, like his own shadow, and gave him the name of Sheth. The meaning of the name Sheth, the second, or renewal. To Gabriel, proceed against the half-breeds and the reprobates, and against the children of whoring, and destroy the children of the watchers from amongst men. Send them one against the other that they may destroy each other in battle, for they shall not have length of days. 10 And no request that they make of you shall be granted unto their fathers on their behalf, for they hope to live in eternal life, and that each one of them will live 500 years. And Uriel said to me, Here shall stand the messengers who have connected themselves with women, and their spirits assuming many different forms are defiling mankind and shall lead them astray into sacrificing to demons as mighty ones, till the day of the great judgment in which they shall be rightly ruled till they are made an end of, and the women, also of the messengers who went astray shall become demons. And the fifth was named Castia. This is he who showed the children of men all the wicked smiting of spirits and demons, and the smiting of the embryo in the womb, that it may pass away, and the bites of the serpent, and the smiting which befalls through the noontide heat, the son of the serpent named Tabaati,